Hey folks, we have a rare today in Tarkov today, a midweek one, getting you guys updated with some things that have changed versus wait until the weekend. Some in the comments sections would call this a midweek tit. But seriously, you guys need to chill with that a little bit. My wife is starting to get really concerned and ask questions as to why random dudes on the internet are constantly asking me for a tit. But anyways, some news updates to get to you guys, some changes BSG has made, as well as kind of like an economy looting overview. These changes have affected the economy pretty drastically in some ways. And I just kind of want to let you guys know what's going on so nobody's confused. So first up, med cases. They have been removed from the flea market. You can't list them anymore. So you can buy it from Therapist or you can do the barter. They're not sellable by players. Now, this was obviously probably done because of the event, the bandage event where everybody got a med case. If you didn't know, we talked about it in previous today in Tarkov's, but everybody got a med case, Grizzlies, Vaselines, Probitols, ETGs, all that stuff. And the price of med cases absolutely tanked. Let me show you right here. This is the chart for med cases. You can see they were selling for over 500 and then all of a sudden basically what they vendor for. And then BSG pulled them off the market. Now, does this mean they're going to be permanently off the market? I don't know. They've never done this before. They've never removed something from the flea and then put it right back on. So I wouldn't expect it to. Though if there was ever a case for where they might put things back on the flea market, this would be it. It's just impossible to tell. I wouldn't expect it, but it might happen. Now, because of this, because everybody getting these, it has absolutely tanked the price of all of the components that go along with it. I'll just show you on the inside the game versus on Tarkov market. Let me get to Therapist on our barter. So blood sets, we've seen them fall down to below. They were selling about 10K, usually 10K cheaper. Syringes have gotten very cheap. Vaselines, multiple reasons. These are very cheap as well, but multiple reasons there. And then med tools. These things went from, 8, 9, maybe 10K to you can get them under 7,000, 8,000 constantly now because nobody's buying med cases or stuff for barters anymore. They don't need to because everybody got one for the most sake. On top of that, every other item we got with the event just about tanked in price too. You can see Grizzlies went from over 40,000 to now they're 20,000. They're cheaper than the barter. Probitols, we had a pretty steady push of over 30,000, the economy doing its thing, and then boom, now they're back down below 20. Vaselines went from 30 to 15, 16,000. Even the ETGs, which were crazy expensive, those got super cheap. On top of that, which that affects because there's a barter. If you didn't know, the ETG barters for shampoos. So we saw shampoos even take a hit. They went from 24, 25,000 down to less than 20, which is kind of how all that works. So this is a pretty good example, a mini example of, if you will, of why BSG doesn't do drops found in raid, because it absolutely even little things like this can completely nuke the economy of the game and really mess stuff up for everybody. Sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't. You can be the judge of if this stuff matters or not with what they changed. In addition, Augmentin got a nerf. Let me find one here. I gotta have one sitting around. Augmentin. It no longer removes toxication. It used to. So that would be the cultist stab debuff, the poison they gave you, plus some other event stuff they've done in the past. So Augmentin no longer does that. So you can't use it for that. But Blue Bloods still do the perforamin thingy-majigs. I got one in my injector case here. Perfaflatorin. I can't say words. The Blue Blood. It still removes the toxication, the antidote, as well as the XTG 12, I think is what it's called. You unlock the craft here. You can buy them on the flea market. Let's see if I can find it for you guys. I think they're about 50K, 51K. Also removes toxin. That's what they do. Stops it and then keeps it off of you for if they stab you again for a full minute. You're good with those. So keep that in mind. No longer Augmentin doesn't do that, which did affect the price a little bit, I think. Though I can't really explain that. Augmentin has gotten a little bit more expensive, at least on the spikes. And I can't necessarily explain that. I'm not sure why it did that, but it's pretty much linked to that, I think. Hard to say. Quick reminder, the flashlight bug is still in the game. If you haven't seen this before, go check out my video on that. I explain everything with it. Basically, if you have a flashlight, you shouldn't be using it. Lasers are okay, is the TLDR version of it, but the video is more comprehensive, explains to you how it works. They are still bugged. I do not think they're going to fix this without letting us know. Their communication has been better. So I'm 99% sure when they fix this, it's going to be in patch notes with a bigger patch. So we will do a video, or it'll be part of a video letting you guys know that they fixed it, or at the very least, I'll put up a community post. If they do a quick patch that just fixes that, nothing else, and it's not worth talking about, we will make sure you guys get updated. But for as of right now, flashlights are still bugged. But that's pretty much it. That wraps it up. Make sure you hit that like button if I helped you out. Subscribe if you want to get up to date on these videos when they pop up. Subscribe and the notification bell, obviously, because then you're alerted when we do these videos, and you know sooner than the algorithm sometimes tells you. Plus, it helps me out, so I greatly appreciate that. I wish you guys the best of luck in your raids. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in Tarkov.